Hello guys and welcome to the world of WWE. Today I'm doing a new series that I'm going to do called My Thoughts. It's basically where I give my thoughts on something big that has happened. And today we're going to be doing my thoughts, my overall thoughts on Monday Night Raw. I just think it's better because I don't watch the full show in like USA Network or something. I just watch the highlights. For my highlights I give... Sorry, I don't know that is my thoughts on the show as a whole and what I like about it instead of doing a review for it. So I think that'll be better so I can upload more often. So yeah, overall the show was bad. The show just wasn't good. The only good thing that I can remember is the Viking Raiders becoming World Tag Team Champions. Let's get this out. It's great. It's a great thing that happened, but I'm gonna do the good things first, then the bad things. If I forget stuff, it doesn't really matter 'cause there's no review. It's just my thoughts overall on the show. Viking Raiders becoming the new WWE World Tag Team Champions. Great stuff. Shouldn't that happen a while ago? Yeah. If I had it my way, I would have to go to the main roster and beat Zack Ryder and Corbin to win the World Tag Team titles and Money in the Bank. But that's just how I would have done it. And then still hold the titles till today to make them feel important. But it's great that they're champions. I hope these guys have a long reign because the last few champions haven't. Luke Gallows and Kurt Anderson was champions for 21 days. Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman were champions for 26 days, and Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode were champions for 29 days. So I hope they have a longer title reign. I hope they keep them to WrestleMania. I would really, if they book the Street Profits well, I really want to see at WrestleMania Viking Raiders versus Street Profits, and maybe even the Street Profits winning if they can book it right. But that's just my opinion. So yeah, it was great stuff. Great to see them as champions. I've always really liked whatever they were called in WWE, whether it's the Viking Raiders or War Raiders, whatever name they were called, I always seemed to really like them. I loved their matches in NXT. That was incredible. Like, the first match I ever saw of the Viking Raiders was at NXT TakeOver Phoenix, the Undisputed Era versus the Viking Raiders. As soon as that match happened, I was like, okay, I'm a big fan of them. So yeah, basically the Viking Raiders, they don't really have a character, but their wrestling gets them over, which is something I really like. And then I saw their match at NXT TakeOver New York, which was great. Of course, defeating Ricochet and Aleister to retain those NXT Tag Team titles. Great stuff. I always seem to like them. Yes, they have a bit of a slow start. I wasn't the biggest fan of them. Because literally on their first day, they called them the Viking Experience. Realised it was a bad name. So the next week they changed them to their name to Viking Raiders, but they finished up being the Viking Experience, and they did nothing but beat up jobbers and not really building momentum. But then they started building up momentum, becoming very good again, showing how great of wrestlers they are. Which is why I'm very happy now that they are World Tag Team Champions. Hopefully they can book them right. Now let's get to the rest of the show. We have just a bunch of... The draft is presented so boring. Because before I was really wanting, instead of Fox and USA people deciding in the back and Stephanie going, the first draft pick will be the Universal Champion Seth Rollins. There's no excitement in that. It doesn't feel as big a competition. You could have got Eric Bischoff, who's the executive director for SmackDown, and the executive director for Raw, doing this, which is Paul Heyman, and they make the drafts. It makes more sense. It's a bit more fun and interesting. But the way they presented the draft is very boring, and nobody's really changed brands. I have a feeling that's because they're gonna plan to do another one after WrestleMania, like they usually do. This is just to kind of get rid of the wild card rule and know who's on what brand. So yeah, so the draft itself wasn't that great. We have Seth Rollins staying on Raw. Let me just get this straight. You'll continue the rivalry between Seth Rollins and Bray Wyatt. Even so, you brought Bray Wyatt to SmackDown and Seth Rollins is on Raw. And apparently, there's going to be a Universal title match between the two at Crown Jewel. They're on different brands. You spent literally, 2 episodes of Smack, pretty much around about 5 hours. You've had 2 shows being the biggest talking point being the draft. So that's 2 shows, and you're already gonna scrap the draft for a Saudi Arabia show by having a Raw versus SmackDown match for the Universal title. Like, what? Apparently they can do, like, I know you could say, well, they've announced these things called trades where they can make trades for people, but like, the draft has just started. If you do not want him on SmackDown, why did you draft him? Jeez. So yeah, they continue. I don't think Bray Wyatt's gonna win, which is gonna ruin this couch, and I'm gonna get really mad, and yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna be ranting and be very mad a lot in this video. And we also have the continuation of the storyline of Rusev's wife making out with Bobby Lashley, because apparently that gets a guy over. So yeah, apparently they announced some new guys for Crown Jewel. Apparently they even announced Mansoor vs Cesaro. Speaking of Cesaro, he's a great wrestler, and you haven't even put him in the draft. What? But here's the crazy part. You don't just get Cesaro drafted, but you draft Titus O'Neil. Like, what? Okay, let's continue. So I don't get the storyline. I don't like it. Here's the thing, right? That's the storyline between Rusev and Bobby Lashley. The kind of stuff they were doing in the Attitude Era, and it's bad. But everyone talks about how great the Attitude Era was. The only good part about the Attitude Era was the main event scene and probably the tag team scene with the Hardy Boys, Edge and Good and the Ugly Boys. Everything else was just about... It was just terrible. It was literally just about sex. It was literally just about sex. That was literally what the rest of the show is about. There was just stupid... What? The rest of the show was just... The rest of their shows were just terrible. Yes, the main event scenes were great and iconic. But the rest was just... Like, why do people think the Attitude Era was the best era? Ruthless Aggression Era, I'll say, is probably better, because there was less of that. They were going away from that. Yes, it wasn't... There was still some issues with it, like the Kane and the dead body. Yeah, but they started to move out of that. They started to move out of that and go into the current wrestling product, which is what I'm more big of a fan of, because I started watching wrestling. I don't care about that storyline. So yeah, I'll get to the Firefly Funhouse in a second, but can I just say, the Kabuki Warriors versus Lacey Evans and Natalya. Okay, it's great that Asuka and Kairi Sane won. They're good heels. It's great that the one that was pretty good. But how come, literally a week ago, Natalya power bombed Lacey Evans through a table? They gave this idea that they hated each other, and the next week they seemed like best buds. Sorry. Yeah. Wrestling hasn't been that good recently, let's just say. Like, Hell in a Cell was bad, War wasn't very good, War was bad, SmackDown was bad, Tonight was bad. Like, I don't know, people. Okay. So, let's get... I can't think of anything else to, say that is actually memorable. So let's just, go to there were some, can I just say first, the wrestling itself in the matches was great. We had great matches, for what I saw, the clips on YouTube, the wrestling is great. Cedric Alexander versus Buddy Murphy, Ricochet versus Shelton Benjamin, Ali versus Andrade, of course, Viking Raiders defeated Rudolph, you could say. I think everyone's calling them that, so I'll call them that. So Viking Raiders defeated Rudolph to become World Tag Team champion. The wrestling in the show is great, but apparently, I heard this, and this is crazy. Vince McMahon says WWE is too pro-wrestling. It's a wrestling show. How can a wrestling show be too pro-wrestling? It's a literally, in the name WWE, it's World Wrestling Entertainment. Sorry. Okay. So the matches themselves are great, but the rest of the show was kind of boring. Yeah. But let's just get to the Firefly Funhouse part. So the Firefly Funhouses, I saw the title and I was already mad. But the people watching the show live were like, finally, a Firefly Funhouse to end the show. Let's end the show on a good note. I already knew what was going to happen because it's in the title, but during that segment, Ramsey was like, Seth Rollins is coming. Bray Wyatt's like, no, he's not. He's not coming. Then he does come, beats him up, and he's like, then Bray Wyatt stands up again, it's like, why are you doing this? Beats him up again, and burns down the Firefly. And Seth Rollins burns down the Firefly Funhouse. Like, what? And the worst part is, they're going to I doubt they're going to do a double turn where, because it would make sense if you burn somebody's house down, that person who burnt the house down is the bad guy. But they're not going to do that, I know. So they're literally going to portray the person that burned somebody's house down as the good guy. That's one of the problems with the Randy Orton Bray Wyatt rivalry, where Bray Wyatt got another house of his burned down. Twice he's had his house burned down, but the person who burned his house down, apparently the good guys. I'm sorry. It's been an interesting few days of wrestling. NXT is probably the only good thing I like. I'm starting to get into AEW. I'm not watching the shows. I might start to watch the highlights on YouTube, but I'm not going to watch the shows live. I have watched AEW Dark, which was very good. So, yeah, I've started to really get into AEW because I feel like it kind of attracts my audience more. But still, man, like, this is the worst time for WWE to be bad. When they're trying to compete with AEW, the biggest competition that company has had in like 20 years, and now they start to mess up. And before AEW's weekly TV show was a thing, Raw was actually really good. But now they decide to ruin it. And the worst part is with the Firefly Funhouse bit. Literally, that was literally the best part of Monday Night Raw for months, the Firefly Funhouse. It was so good, so interesting, great storytelling, really built Bray Wyatt up to be the huge star, and you decide to just scrap it. And why is this rivalry continue if they're two different brands? If you do a trade, it makes the brand feel unimportant. Sorry. Been a few good, interesting few days of wrestling. So yeah, my thoughts on the show, awful. I would give 4 out of 10 on the wrestling. The rest was just absolute. Yeah, you probably know my thoughts on it. So yeah, so 4 out of 10. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Turn on notifications so you never miss a video. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys. WWE better get better. I'm not sure how this channel is going to stay alive. Bye.